Roger. Yes, arm switch is on. Okay, Victor. Landing rocket arm switch is on. Here comes the throttle. Circuit breakers in. We have separation. Roger. Inboards and outboards are on. We're coming forward with the side stick. Works good. Roger. We got a blowout. Number 3. Get your pitch to 0. Engine out. I can't hold out to 2. Correction. Alpha 4 is off. Good. Selected. Emergency. Flight tunnel. I can't hold it. She's breaking up. She's breaking.
Steve Austin, astronaut, a man barely alive. We can rebuild him. We have the technology. We can make him better than he was. Better, stronger, faster.
In New York.
All right. Since we're letting our hair down, let me remind you of something. Who was it that did his best to break up my marriage? Who's always trying to put me down? Your precious Kevin, that's who. So yes, you're right. I'd just love it if he came back to find you engaged to Brian, neither to anyone else. Or better still, already married. After the way he treated you, Amy. Will you leave? What? I said please leave. I've heard enough. Now wait a minute. You don't seem to understand. I'm defending you. I'm telling you Kevin deserves everything he can get.
Don't you say anything else about Kevin. You hear me? Don't you understand? You cannot come between us. You cannot come between Kevin and me. No one can.
Will you leave?
Georgina. But this has got to be our secret. Nobody can know. Just you and me. This is The Secret Store.
Kevin's at the door.
Amy? Anybody home? What time you have? Are we up to 9? 6 minutes after. Probably drove Lisa to school. Here, shove those somewhere with you. Sure. Well, nothing sensational, but at least it'll show where I'm headed. all. I'm gonna find a new job. I'm gonna find some new women. Maybe mend a few of those bridges I've burned behind me.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah. Well, my brother... Now, since I've been hanging around with you, Kincaid, I've realized how it should have been with Mark and me, and I'm going to tell him that before I leave town.
Good idea.
Good luck with me.
Thank you.
Hey! Take a smoke. I'm home.
This is The Secret Storm.
Oh, Joe. What is it, Ian? Something wrong?
Just read this. Young man meets instant death leaping through mirror.
Oh, that's that young man who was helping Larry.
Yeah.
Mrs. Redden told police that while struggling with the young man, he suddenly went berserk and crashed into the mirror, shouting the name Georgina. Awful.
Yeah, Georgina, that's the name of the woman who lived there before, the one that Glory keeps talking about.
Darling, what a terrible story. Larry, I'd better go get dressed and get over there to work. Maybe it'd be better if you went, darling.
Yeah, maybe that would be.
You think they won't arrest her or anything like that?
Oh, no. Says here the police have pressed no charges against Mrs. Redden.
Well, thank God for that. Yeah, how is this going to affect her psychologically?
Well, it could just have pushed her over the brink. But from the lucid replies that she seems to have given to the police, let's hope that it's done just the opposite.
The opposite?
Yeah. Snapped her back to reality. However painful that's going to be. Because I'm afraid that poor Laurie has some very difficult truths to face.
I'm glad she hasn't changed anything. It's all the way it used to be. And all I ask is that we can be the way we used to be.
Hello.
Who's this? Is this 555-3142?
That's right, Bill.
Kevin? Is that you, Kevin? Good heavens, you're back.
Kevin's back? Oh.
Yes.
Carol, you're home? I swear I was going to call you as soon as I see Amy, but you understand I got to see Amy first. Well, where is she? I don't know. I'm here at the barn waiting for her. Oh, boy, I love her so much. And I can take a few steps now and begin. I made it, Dad. Kevin, you know how happy you've made me. I love you, son. Look, I'll be praying for that minute that Amy walks in that door. And sees me standing on my own 2 feet, and I'm going to be standing. No crutches, nothing. Look, son, you call me. Call me when it's okay for me to come over. Don't worry. I'll call. Look, I'm back, and we got rest of our lives to see each other, but would you do me a real big favor right now? No questions asked. Why, yeah, sure. What do you mean, no? Would you go over to Joanna's right away? Joanna's? Mm-hmm. Just go over there right now. Well, why should I? Come on now. No questions, remember? Just go. No, look, I was gonna go by there later this afternoon, but yeah, okay, I'll go. Don't mention it, huh? I'll see you later. Amy should be back any minute now. Oh, God, I can hardly wait.
Here. I can't explain that right now, but it's going to be all right. I've written Mark a long letter. Will you stay here? Don't go running away. I've got to call a cab. Grandma, we're coming? Yes, darling. I phoned her, and she was so happy to hear that we were coming to visit her in California that she almost started to cry.
That why was kind of echo, Jimmy? You were crying?
Because you were happy? Oh, hell. And this is Mrs. Redden on One Old Orchard Road. Look, I really don't want to discuss whatever it was you read in the morning paper. It seems like a cab right away.
No, I was going to Grandma wants to do. Get to say goodbye.
Lordy, I'm sorry. I just heard about it on the car radio.
You have been here before. There are cops all over. Pick them up on the green.
Okay. How about going down to the end of the drive and making sure the cabman doesn't get lost, okay?
Okay.
Lordy, I'm so sorry. I somehow, during the course of the night when I was with Monsignor, I felt you calling out for me. It was somewhere around midnight.
That's exactly when he was here. I screamed for... I think I screamed. I don't know you were choking me, but I called out for you, and I guess Eric thought that you'd come in the door. He turned around to look, and... Well, there was a mirror, and I don't know quite what happened. Maybe he thought he saw Georgina in the mirror. Anyway, he crashed through it, yelling for Georgina as if he wanted to kill her. Oh, my. The whole thing was just so...
Lori, I asked God to help me to help you. I went to the chapel to pray.
The chapel? Yes. That's the way it should have been all along. The chapel, prayer, God. That is your life knot, and I understand that now. You were where you should have been. You were with the church. You were with Monsignor Quinn. How is he, Mark?
Monsignor died last night.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
He had a full life. Towards the end, he didn't even remember if I'd left the church or not.
But you never did, don't you see, Mark? Oh, won't you read? Please read it. I did a lot of growing up last night. I let go of a lot of crutches. Things that Ian explained to me were escapes for me. And I saw the way it has to be.
Monsignor Quinn once explained to me that you had been chosen by God to do his work. And I know now that neither of us could ever be content the way we are. With your heart torn apart. Lori.
Mark, I love you. I always will love you. You will always be a part of my heart, just yours. And I'll always remember the wonderful moments that we had together. But please, please believe me. It's what I want to. And
Lori, you're the finest, most wonderful woman in the world. I should have realized that you had the strength. I'll pray pray for you. And play. For your happiness. All the rest of your life.
Oh, I know you will. I know. Yes, Molly isn't here. Who's calling, please? What? How are your production? Well, this is Mrs. Kincaid. I can accept the call operator. Yes. Hello? Speaking. Yes? Yes? Are you serious? You heard my recording that I sent you, and you loved it. Oh, you darlings. I can't wait to tell my husband. Oh, yes, of course. I'll have him phone the moment he comes in. No. Thank you. Goodbye. Oh, oh, Dan, my darling. You're going to be so thrilled when you hear the news. And don't worry. Now you can forget all about that precious Kevin and Robert and Joanna. Because this is what counts from now on. My career. Who's that? Oh, Robert. Oh, Robert. I'm having a baby. Did you forget?
No, I didn't forget. Not for a second. Oh, Josie, your face was in front of me all the time. If I had to come home, I would have cracked up the car. Josie, I love you. Is there something else crazy?
No.
I have even come to love that little fellow right there. Sight unseen. Oh, it's good to be home.
Oh, yes.
Hey, where were you yesterday afternoon? I tried to call from the airport before I left. It must have been about 3 o'clock here.
3 o'clock in the afternoon? Oh, I was at the doctor's.
Oh, yeah. Well, everything okay?
Yes, everything is okay. Dan! Oh, what perfect timing.
Josie.
Come in. He just came home and he came in second.
Well, now you see, I decided that Josie and the kid were the important things.
Oh.
Yeah, well, guess I'll come by later. I should have called first, but Kevin insisted. Kevin? Oh, you've talked to Kevin. Well, you must be very happy. Josie, Kevin can walk again. You can take a couple of steps at a time. How'd you know that? Well, you see, Kevin and I came back on the same plane.
Well, we were there, wasn't there?
No, we came back, too. Fate, I guess. It was very different this time. The first time, he didn't even want me to sit down next to him.
Well, you can sit down near me anytime, sir.
I plan to. But I think things have changed. Kevin and I have come to respect each other now. Oh, well, that's between you and him, isn't it? Matter of fact, it was Kevin who told me to come by now. He must have known you were on your way home. He insisted I'd be here. Yes, I guess he did.
Oh, Dan, don't you think sometimes a person has to forget the past?
Yeah, I guess so. It's just going to be very hard.
No, it's going to be easy. Won't it, Robert?
I hope. Well, congratulations on race in Monte Carlo. I read about it. Well, the last couple of laps really must have been something. I mean, when I was a kid, I used to dream about... Well, that's an old dream. I really should be going.
Oh, no. Robert, tell him how you won that cup and what you wrote to me in the letter, and tell him how you're doing it for me and the baby and for you, Dad.
Now, just a second. I've heard this for you, Dan, before, and this time I won't let you get away with it. What exactly do you mean? Okay, I meant that I knew you loved racing, too, that you loved a winner. And I wanted to be a winner for you. You see, my mother always said that your mother... Yes, my mother. My mother... My mother is Naomi Russell. Remember her?
Oh, Robert. Dan, did you hear that? Robert, tell him.
I am your son.
Oh, Dan, can you believe he's your son? And our baby is your grandchild. And I love you all so much. I just know everything is going to be wonderful now. I'm so happy.
Well, I guess we've got some talking to do. Son. I wanted to show you how I can walk, and I can. I love you again. Some romantic heroes return. I'm more like Jackie Gleason. I love you.
I love you so much. Kevin, I love you, only you. I mean so much it hurts. Oh, don't you see? It doesn't matter if you walk or you can make love to me. I just love you. Don't ever leave me again.
I won't. I promise. I swear it. I won't.
Kevin! You're back! Mommy, what are you doing on the floor?
The next thing, we're having a party down here.
Oh, God, isn't it wonderful? Oh, Lucy, it's wonderful.
Women's fashion provided by Susie Correct. This is the secret store. Ken Roberts speaking. This program was recorded. Action is the growing movement of volunteers of all ages and skills. It's the pink store.
My own sister. My own little sister, Georgina. is the mother of 5 children who went berserk, Monsignor, and killed herself. Herself and 5 children in that house.
Good heavens. Here in Woodbridge?
Oh, no, in Longacre, 5 years ago, in May, as a matter of fact. They moved the house to Woodbridge. They couldn't sell it there. They couldn't get anyone to set foot in it. But moving the house didn't solve the problem, Monsignor. The evil spirits traveled with it.
Now, Mrs. Brooks, let's not get carried away. I realize that this is a very gruesome story, but what is it that makes you suppose that evil spirits are involved?
Because I feel them, Monsignor. And I haven't told you the worst part anyway. It is Eric.
Oh?
Eric, the young man who used to work for Georgina. He's turned up again. He's working in that house now with for my friend.
Well, what's so terrible about that?
Monsignor, promise me that you won't breathe a word of this, because I have no proof. As yet. But although he apparently was not in the house when this happened, I am convinced that somehow, some way, he is responsible for all of those deaths.
Mrs. Brooks, if you suspect someone of complicity in a murder...
Monsignor, please don't say go to the police. He's too clever for them. He cleared himself with the police the first time. He had an alibi, but I don't believe him. I didn't then and I don't now. The man is evil, Monsignor.
Mrs. Post, all this was cleared up 5 years ago. I suggest that you just put this whole thing right out of your mind. I mean it.
Oh, Monsignor.
Now, you do as I say. I have very serious doubts that there are any evil spirits involved here, or that we should exorcise that house.
Monsignor, how can you be so sure?
I'm so glad you're here. I was worried you weren't coming.
Well, you have nothing to be worried about. Nobody turns out great meals like my wife. Oh, sure, she's made a few mistakes. Dried beans and burned roast, but in 24 years, she's never wrecked her rice. I guess she's always cooked with minute rice.
Of course they use minute rice. Unlike long cooking rice, minute rice is foolproof. You don't boil it, so you can't overcook it or undercook it. It's perfect every time.
Perfect wife, most times. Perfect rice, every time. Minute rice, perfect rice for 24 years.
We have 3 little crybabies after shampoo. When one uses no more tangles, then there are 2. 2 little crybabies shouldn't have a care, because this no more tears formula is so gentle to her hair. Last little crybaby, I'll use it too. Now my hair will be just beautiful after every shampoo.
No more Tangles cream rinse with Johnson & Johnson. Made gentle for children.
This is The Secret Door. Fine fashion jewelry provided by Sarah Coventry. Women's fashions provided by Miss Geller.
I can see that was The Secret Store. It was a good program. Alright? Well, I'm making this tape after The Secret Store. So, the place to play. See? I want to see the story back on. That's what I want to see. Back up again.